Hey guys, I hope you're all doing really well. Today I'm going to be sharing with you all of my June beauty empties. I have only a handful of items actually for this past month that I've used up. I just didn't really finish a lot of beauty products because I was traveling quite a lot, and I didn't finish up any makeup whatsoever because I just wasn't wearing makeup this month, and today is no exception. I just don't feel like putting on a full face of makeup. So let's just hop into all the empties so I can keep this as brief as possible since there isn't a ton to chat with you guys about. The first item I have finished multiples of in the past. This is a cleanser from Pacifica. This is the Kale Detox Deep Cleaning Face Wash. I love this shit. It's so good. Like, this is just my absolute favorite cleanser. There's something so nice about this. It feels very purifying and it is deep cleaning without ever feeling stripping or tight on my skin. I adore this. It's so good to use as like a second cleanse. So I'll usually use some sort of makeup remover and then go in with this, and it pulls all the rest of my makeup off and it makes my skin just feel so nice and clean, especially after wearing like a full face of like more full coverage makeup. This is just the perfect cleanser. I finished off several of these in the past, and I will be holding on to this with my little like collection of Pacifica packaging to send it back for their recycling program actually, which I'm going to do very soon because I have a lot of products to send off. So this will not be going in the recycling quite yet, but it will be actually sent back to Pacifica to be properly recycled, which I'm so excited to do. And then I did finish off another cleanser actually. This is the Derma Hydrating Hyaluronic Acid cleanser. I had this in my rotation probably for about like 8 or 10 months, something a little bit more longer term, and I would reach for this on days when I had a little bit of lighter makeup on and I didn't need like a full deep cleanse, or this was really nice to just kind of use in the shower if I'd already washed my face earlier on in the evening and then I just felt like I needed to kind of wash my face while I was in the shower just to kind of refresh and then do a full skincare routine after that. This was just a nice simple cleanser. It really wasn't the most hydrating formula, even though the name would suggest that it is quite hydrating. It actually was just a nice simple cleanser, and I actually like the scent. I know I've heard some people say they don't like it, but to me it smells like, yeah, it smells like green apple or something, but in the very natural way. And I quite like it. It's not something I'm going to rush out to repurchase. I did repurchase the Pacifica cleanser, however. I just have a lot of other more creamy kind of cleansers that I should work my way through. So this is not a priority, but it's not something that I would not repurchase. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's something I would definitely pick up in the future if I've run through all of my other cleansers. This and the Pacifica are like the only two cleansers I really would need in my life. I think these would actually work very well hand in hand to be like a pretty thorough skincare routine. So yeah, I didn't dislike it. I just don't need it in the immediate future. This next item is probably the most boring one, so let's get it out of the way. This is the Quo nail polish remover. Pretty basic nail polish remover. It's just been kicking around in my collection for years at this point, so I figured I would kind of prioritize it and use it up over my Mineral Fusion, which is a natural nail polish remover, which I absolutely love. So I won't be repurchasing this one, and I'll be finishing off the Mineral Fusion, which I currently have and I do really enjoy. And yeah, that's all there really is to say about it. I don't know what the status is for Quo. Also, they are a Shoppers Drug Mart, like in-store brand. So I really don't know if they're cruelty-free or not. So this is also something I wouldn't repurchase just given the fact that I don't really know their status, but I just also really like the Mineral Fusion, and I do know that they're cruelty-free, and I do know that they have more natural ingredients. So yeah, I'm just gonna continue using the one that I know and love. And I've also finished off another, these are all kind of boring products to be completely honest. So yeah, sorry guys, but this next item is the Jason Power Smile mouthwash. I love this stuff. I love this flavor. It's a really nice natural mouthwash, really nice and fresh and this is the peppermint scent, I believe. Yes, the Power Smile is all peppermint, and it really is really nice and refreshing, and it just does the job well. So yeah, I'm going to obviously continue to purchase these. I always buy this when I see it at Winners or at Marshall's, which is the equivalent to TJ Maxx or TK Maxx. They're all the same kind of company, and I can usually find it for about 10 bucks. And I think that that's a really good price for a natural mouthwash. This does last a while because it is concentrated 2:1, so you actually just dilute it with water. And I'll put like a little bit into the cap and then just fill it up with water to dilute the product. It's nice and easy. This next item is a basic, but it definitely is a staple in my life. This is the Dr. Bronner's Pure Castile soap. Is it Castile or is it Castile? I feel like I say it wrong every single time, and I feel like I just interchange between the two of those, and I don't really know what's the right way to say it. But anyways, this is just a liquid soap, and it's all natural. This is just honestly such a good product to have on hand. I use this every once in a while when I'm in a pinch. I will use it as shampoo or as face wash. I'll use it in the bubble bath. Also, this is the citrus scent. Just, there's so many different fragrances in this, but I love the citrus. I just love fresh citrusy scents. They're just my absolute favorite. So this is just such a good basic to have around. I love cleaning my makeup brushes and sponges with this. I do prefer the bar version, but I finished up my bar of soap quite a while ago. I think like 4 weeks ago or 5 weeks ago. And so I figured I would just finish this off before busting into a new bar of soap. Yeah, this is really great. You can use it in laundry, you can use it as a household cleaner. I definitely use this in a pinch for so many different things because it really does help to break down dirt, break down grease and oils, all that kind of stuff. It really is such a good basic product to have in your home. It's all natural and it's cruelty-free, and it costs only a few dollars. I think this bottle is like $10 or something. However, I haven't repurchased it because I do have a replacement of the bar soap, and then I actually picked up a Canadian brand version of this from Winners last time I was there. I got the Green Beaver Castile soap, so I'm gonna give that a try, see how it is in comparison to this one. So far so good, but I'll have to like consolidate my thoughts in a few weeks. But yeah, such a good product to have on hand. I feel like everyone talks about this, everyone recommends this when you're looking at cruelty-free products to have like in your repertoire, and this is just such a good product to have around. Another absolute staple in my life, this is the Miss Meyer's Clean Day hand soap, and I have mine in the basil scent. This is just the best scent ever. It doesn't smell like what you would expect. It is just this nice green fresh fragrance. It doesn't smell like herbal or earthy, but it just smells fresh. I don't know how to describe this, and it's just beautiful. And of course I've repurchased it. I have this in both of my bathrooms at all times, and then now we've actually started buying the basil scent in the dish soap and the all-purpose cleaner, even though I really like the lemon verbena one. Patrick is very partial to this fragrance, so we've kind of started merging over to this one, and it's just so good. It's just a nice simple hand soap that never feels like it strips your hands or makes them feel tight or uncomfortable, and it just does its job very well. And can't say enough good things about it, except for the fact that I cannot find the refill of the basil scent anywhere in Canada. Like, Canadian Tire sells the lavender scent refills, well.ca sells the lavender scent refills, and I've seen on a couple different like websites and retailers the lavender scent refill, but never the basil one for the hand soap anywhere in Canada. No retailer has it, so that's the only complaint. But I keep buying the little plastic containers or like the individual ones because I love it that much. I can't live without this. I finished up another Pacifica product, which is going to be going into the recycling program as well. This is their Tuscan Blood Orange Perfume Rollerball. I finished this up in my Graveyard Project pan, and I do really like the fragrance of this. It's a nice citrus scent, my absolute favorite. I love fresh citrus scents. I like the way that this layers with other fragrances. Like, this smells so good in combination with Sunsaint. It kind of lightens it up a little bit, and taking it from a more nighttime sexy kind of fragrance to a more like dimensional fragrance that has that sweetness and has that element of freshness to it. I absolutely love using this in combination with other fragrances, not just the Sun Saint, but particularly with Sun Saint. The only reason why I won't repurchase this is simply because I don't like roller balls for fragrance applications. I have learned that as of late, every single time I find myself like owning a rollerball, I just don't want to use it. Unless it's Sage Peppermint Halo, there's something about that. I don't mind having it in a rollerball, but when it comes to fragrances, So I might eventually buy this in the like spray bottle, but I just have more than enough fragrance on hand at the moment that I just don't need to buy this in the immediate future. But I do love this juicy, fresh scent, and yeah, I do recommend the fragrance. Enjoyed it, happy to get it used up and out of my collection though, because it's been lingering for a long time. And I've got one last item I finished up this month. This is the mini of the Kopari original deodorant. I do like this deodorant. Obviously it's in this plastic bag because nearing the tail end of our trip, this started leaking and melting because it is coconut oil based, and Europe was in a little bit of a heat wave. When we were in Paris, it was 35 degrees Celsius, which is just so freaking hot. So of course, this ended up melting a little bit, not to the point that it was unusable, but I just kept it in this bag. I actually brought a few little plastic bags just in case things leaked, and it was perfect because I could just take the lid off and contain the product in the bag and hold onto the bag instead of the slippery product. But anyways, regardless, yeah, I do like this deodorant. It's not the most, like, I don't know how to describe it because I do like it on an everyday basis, but when I am in like sweatier situations, I don't find that it helps to completely prevent smell or sweat, which it's not an antiperspirant by any means, but it doesn't help to kind of prevent the smell from coming through. So I do find I have to reapply this like a couple times throughout the day just to kind of mask my scent instead of preventing the scent. But I do like it on days when it's not like super hot and I'm not like, you know, doing 100,000 things. I do have a full size of this because I did really like it at the time that I purchased it. And I do really like it. Like, it's not a bad deodorant. It works really well for me throughout like the fall and winter and spring. It's just those days when I'm very active, I just don't find this to be the most effective. And it definitely does cut down my smell, but I'm a very sweaty, stinky person. So bear that in mind. I think if you were less smelly and sweaty than I am, you might not have a problem with this. But Patrick's not a very sweaty person. He's not a very stinky person. And yet he did definitely find that this would kind of bring that out a little bit because of those super hot days. So that is something to keep in mind. And like I said, I have a full size of this that I am working my way through. And I'm gonna wait until the fall to finish that one off. But yeah, like we traveled with this. Patrick and I actually just shared this. I hadn't even opened it before we went on the trip, but we ended up both using it for 16 days and we would reapply it a couple times throughout the day. And we were both using it the entire time. So this would last, like this travel size would last over a month for one person to use it, but we were sharing it and you know, it did the job pretty well. We didn't want to travel with a lot of liquids, so as little things as possible, just share a neutral deodorant, why not? And then I don't have any more empties actually, but I do have one item I'm going to be decluttering, and I just didn't want to wait to declutter this. I think it's just time to let it go. This is from Wet n Wild. This is the Mega Glow Illuminating Palette, and you guys would have seen only a month ago that I put this into my Mission 100% cruelty-free project pan. However, I have decided I don't really feel the need to use this. Every time I have done my makeup, which is very few times in the month of June, and especially since I started that project pan, I have this sitting in my vanity and I just have no desire to touch this. I used it one time and it just didn't really do anything for me. It didn't wow me, it didn't feel special. It really didn't feel like I want to continue to use this for the next 5-6 months just to try to hit pan on it when I have other highlighters that I absolutely love. I have other like glowy blushes that can give me the same sort of result. So I've just decided it's time to let it go. I have had this in my collection for nearly 3 full years now, I believe. That is everything. I know very few empties for the month of June, but I'm really hoping that in July or August, I really do have more hefty empties. I am working on so many project pans that I think I just can't really like go in and finish up makeup items. I really am just working on so many at a time that I'm just making progress here and there. But hopefully in the next couple months, I can really like nail it down and work on finishing up items for my makeup collection and for my beauty stash. Thank you guys so much for watching and for hanging out with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.